Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Guten Tag.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Buenos dias. I got nothing else.
That's it?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Oh my goodness. This angle, is gonna show double chin action, you know?
Hello, Willow.
I don't have a strong jawline. See? It's not fat. It's just not a strong jawline.
Welcome to Julie's Insecurity Hour.
I also have a big nose, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a strong Jewish nose. Fuck off.
It's a strong, beautiful Jewish nose. Too mad. What's up, dude?
This angle doesn't work for me because the camera's all the way here, but the I almost said the TV. The screen showing me is over here, and I can't not look at my own face.
I'm going to have to buy a new monitor just so that I can put Julie... Here, look up there. There's a monitor up there.
I know, but it's really small.
Right. Well, I can hide this one.
No, don't do that. I have to, see myself all the time.
So look at that one. No, not this one. That one.
I can't even see it. I have to put my glasses on, and then it's just glasses.
I'm going to have to buy a new 15-inch monitor just to put, right here, so Julie can stare at it while she talks.
It's important for me to see myself.
And Schnitzel.
Oh, he's already going deep into nap time.
We'll check in on weather with Schnitzel. It's hot.
It's warm, yeah. It's warm.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
So, I finally did something I said I was going to do, which I know, as Willow knows, is very difficult to point on stream, but I brought back my subscriber goals and my bit goals.
You did
here.
it. You did it.
So that's fun. Still working on channel points and stuff like that to make it a little bit better. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and subscribing and bidding, even when I don't have cool rewards like dances and voice to text and throwing a rubber chicken at the wall, which is a thing apparently.
What's the voice to text one? They literally just say something, and does it even show into the chat?
Yeah, if they pay enough money, it'll say it out loud on the stream, which is fun.
Okay.
Oh, Thorgal says Shabui is Polish version of Schnitzel. Now I'm hungry again. Oh, I want to call him... It almost looks like Shaboy.
Shaboy!
It's Shaboy Schnitzel.
It's breaded meat. I don't know, man. I don't know why you would look at a dog and be like, we're going to name it breaded meat. Breaded meat. I don't eat dogs, but we're going to name ours.
I'm going to cover Julie's face on this
breaded
monitor
meat.
So that she has to look at the other one. Totally not how you pronounce it. Shaboy Schnitzel.
Shaboy! There's definitely a Y at the end, though.
Oh, I don't know Polish.
Spitzy.
I can speak a few phrases of German because I used to play Doomtrooper with a guy who's kind of spoke German. But Polish, I have nothing.
Did he kind of speak German, or did you just not pay attention?
I know he just kind of speak.
Okay.
We were in 6th grade. He took one class.
Oh, okay.
He decided to yell at me in German every time I beat him.
Got it. I actually took German in high school.
So say something in German.
Oh, man. Do you know how old I am? I don't remember that.
Ich liebe dich.
Yeah, ich liebe dich to you, too. I know what that means. Don't worry.
Oh, so what's going on, people? Thorgal, too mad? Anybody got anything interesting?
I don't even know that.
I knew enough German to taunt someone who got stranded on a cold night at Dollar General. I love the
what is that story? What?
I should move my chat.
To taunt them?
Move my chat over here.
Yeah, I do love the process of mispronouncing things from chat.
Oh, I love pronouncing people's
thing.
names. Someone comes in here with a crazy name, and I'm like, hello, Arjigabujibu. And he'll be like, no, it's just Frank. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I missed that one.
What's a group in Führer?
Duschmark-Gruppenführer.
Today we are going to visit Austria.
Oh, you're not supposed to click the video. I'm supposed to click the video.
Oh my god, I can't even do 15 seconds into the video.
It doesn't like my browser. For some reason, I have to switch.
She's gonna say it. Huh?
I don't know, putting it on stream.
The cat in the background is just, hello! Sounds like a fucking parrot, but the cat version of a parrot. Hello!
I have to mute so we don't get an echo, I think. Alright, my audio is not going to work for this. I have to give up.
Okay, but we just need, it's 14 seconds. If you just press play, we'll hear the word. You and I, at least. What happened?
The audio is not working.
Oh my god, I need to know how to...
I'm not set up to stream YouTube videos live with my friends.
Why doesn't he say it?
Once upon a time, there was a small country called Austrian Empire.
You think you missed it?
It was a house of...
This was a house. Why won't he say it?
Schabog.
Alright, Julie's determined to see it.
Alright, we're done with this. Alright, I'll watch that later, because this
It's
is...
like you're tricking
I know
us.
I missed it for dinner. I missed it for dinner. Wow, I know I missed it. Dollar General, he was going...
That is a terrifying... Wait, Duschmark-Gruppenführer is the name for Dollar General? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Deutschmark is money, duh. In a defeated voice, he translated for someone who said the same thing. It's German. He was going to... What the fuck is TDY? To Germany in 2 weeks.
But Gruppenführer sounds so like... I don't know.
It's because the word, it's like Führer.
Maybe. That's just crazy to like Dollar General is such a lame looking store by like anyone I've ever been to, but if it was called like Gruppenführer, it's like demands my attention.
Oh my god.
Schabog.
God damn it, I keep missing it.
Oh man, so I'm really tired. Yeah, as Willow said,
yeah.
we went Nazi General.
I didn't know.
We went to the zoo yesterday. We ventured outside. We saw a bunch of animals. It was pretty wonderful. We saw no otters, which was weird. They were just all hidden or missing. But we saw penguins, polar bear. For like 5 seconds I saw a polar bear.
Saw polar bear butt.
Mm-hmm. We saw an adorable little black bear.
Okay, that was cute.
He crawled up on the top of the highest tree in his cage and was looking over into the next cage.
They're not really cages. They're like...
Areas.
Yeah.
But it was like he was trying to see his friend...
The tiger.
The tiger in the next one. I have this mental picture of the tiger crawling up on the tree in his little area, and they like look at each other over the wall, and it would have been so adorable. Enclosure, thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice. They have penguins. We went to the San Diego Zoo. They have penguins, and I really like penguins, so that's adorable.
The funny thing is that that's probably the least amount of time that we've ever spent at a penguin enclosure. We usually stay there for like a solid 15 minutes just staring at the penguins like weirdos. And then we also do the same thing when there are otters. We're there for so long just standing there like...
It's kind of hard to see, but right here, my hoverboard looks cool.
It is hovering.
Because it is actually hovering.
It is.
That's fun.
Oh my god.
They're all Schnitzel now. Schnitzel, how do you feel about that?
Oh wow, we're deeper in sleep now.
Yeah, he woke up from his regular sleep and now he has to have his second nap of the day.
It's all one big nap
Yeah.
for Schnitzel. Honestly. Oh, man.
Well, that was fun. We went to the zoo with Willow Art and Mrs. Bones, whoever she is. What's up?
I'm still confused. So I put a tweet out about the stream, and normally if you use like certain hashtags, you know how it is. There's bots, and they like retweet the hell out of it. And I'm like super confused because I use like indie game and indie dev, and they usually get like tons of retweets. And like I don't care because they're not like super valuable retweets because they're bots. But it didn't happen today, and I'm like, why not? What's going on with Twitter? Why are there no auto retweets of my indie dev hashtags? I mean, this one did it, but like 10 minutes after the fact. Normally it's like an instantaneous thing because it's a bot. So, very weird. I don't know what that's about. Maybe maybe something happened I'm not aware of where like bots were disabled or something on Twitter. I don't know. All right. Remember that game that you made that one time?
No. Did I?
So in the United States, they decided that they were going to bring PAX back, which is a gaming convention in Seattle. And we're definitely not doing that. That's too much, too soon for me, personally.
Yeah, they are.
For numerous reasons.
They are requiring you to wear a mask, but they are not requiring vaccinations. And there's a joke about PAX whenever you go to any of them because...
Just in a normal, non-pandemic...
If you're not aware of this as a global member of the nerd community, you know how, like, all of you guys in Europe have this, like, stereotype of Americans?
Pox,
like,
yes.
I have to be aware of how you guys view Americans, and I need to, if I want to not be viewed by those stereotypes, I feel like I have to actively, like, not do those stupid things as much as I can. So, as part of the nerd community, you are lumped into a group who everyone else who's not part of the community thinks you smell bad and don't know how to bathe yourself. So it is our job as nerds.
It's a strong generalization, though.
Yeah, as part of the nerd community, it is our job to ensure that we shower, I would say, 2 to 3 times a week minimum. And when you don't shower and you don't bathe yourself, you get filth and smell, but you also
get filth.
But you also breed disease, bacteria, and viruses. So yes, at the PAX conventions, you get a bunch of people who forget that they need to shower, and they all get into tight spaces together, and everybody gets the death plague. And when I say the death plague...
We call it the PAX Pox.
Yeah, when I say the death plague, this is prior to COVID. So it wasn't the COVID death plague. It was just another one that made you really, really, really sick. Like a really bad flu.
Normal ass cold. Yeah.
And that's just normal 2019 PAX.
Yeah.
Now in 2021... where people are still
gonna die.
Fighting against vaccinations, they're going to have an in-person convention with not only PAX Pox, but COVID Pox as well.
So crud.
Yeah, we will not be attending, and we will not be dying for...
Thorgal, yeah, the U.S. is really hardcore in that there's a lot of people out there that believe you really need to just... sink or swim? Like
Hold on.
What?
I just want to add to what she's about to get into. We have one really close friend who believes that it's sink or swim and that you should not have...
Oh, no. You don't need to go there.
No, I'm just saying, though, and that couple just had some really bad medical problems, and I found out that they don't have insurance. Which is weird because they're one of the ones fighting against everybody getting benefits.
So all I'm saying is America's super hardcore, and yeah, we don't have any fucking mandated paid maternity or paternity leave. Forget about paternity leave. Like, they don't even do that. Like sometimes men will take like 2 weeks off or something, and like that's it. So at the place I used to work, and it's different. Employers might offer it, but no, it's not like mandated. And the place I used to work, a girl that had a child had to go on like disability. It's really fucking weird here. It's really weird.
I was thinking about it. One thing that you Europeans may not know, and obviously I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with all this stuff, but when I think of stereotypes that other countries have of us, and I think of like the way we view, say, how the UK Conservative Party is, whatever they're called, is working, and like, you know, you only see like from the outside a little bit of it. I think a really interesting fact, and I'm not a political science person, so if you want to correct me if I'm incorrect here, it's something like 70 to 75% of the country is democratic, pro-socialist agendas in some way or shape or form, whether it be international, global healthcare.
No, not global, like national healthcare.
National healthcare program, or whether everyone wants paternity leave. Like, a clear majority of the country believes that that is the way things should be, because a clear majority of the country lives in big cities, is well educated, and thinks that human rights are important. But through over 100 years of what's called gerrymandering and changing the way voting laws work, the conservative side of the government,
they've done a good job of holding us hostage.
25 to 30% of the majority of the people has gained about 51% of the voting. So, you know, when you learn things about like, oh, Americans don't have health care, it's like, yeah, but like 70 to 75% of us want it, but the laws have been made in a way where a bunch of rich white dudes can prevent us from getting it. And it's real weird.
It's fucked up. But yes, you really need to like if you can really get screwed in this country if something bad happens to you. I'm going to say that, and God damn it.
There is a game store in Utah that had so many smelly nerds that the place reeked of gamer funk and empty.
I'm pretty sure that's like any comic book store that hosts like stuff in the back.
That doesn't have windows that open.
Which,
if you have windows that open and fans, you can get that funk out. It's fine, but like...
Can you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorgo says 6 month paid leave in Ireland and 5 months paid leave in Poland. Companies also top up the rate you're getting. And in
Sweden, you get like a year to split between the parents however you want.
There's a really great guy in the U.S. I want to say his name is Dan Price. I follow him on Twitter.
Yes, it's Dan Price.
But he was a CEO of a company making millions of dollars.
Oh, we got a Texan in the chat. He knows what it's all about. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Exactly.
Dan Price decided that he was going to drop his salary to like $80K and pay everyone else at his company $80K, and he has basically run his entire company very, very socialist. And everybody, when the pandemic hit, he said, I can either fire a bunch of people or you guys can volunteer pay cuts in order to keep everybody employed. And it was like a semi-anonymous. And he said enough of the employees volunteered a pay cut that he didn't have to lay anybody off. So there are case studies and there are people in the U.S. that prove that we could do that. It's just the rich white guy at the top and the shareholders at the top, they want their salary of, $10 million a year or whatever, and it's...
Thurgle, I didn't mean necessarily just about the maternity, paternity. I mean like the general overall consensus about anything, like health or anything here. It's
Thurgle, in America, it's not their problem that you had a kid, basically.
Right? Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have had a kid. Yeah. It's
just
very
just pay for healthcare. It's only last I checked, I think my friend,
I pay $700 a month for healthcare.
I don't know if Flan is here. He's probably not, but I think he was paying like $700 a week for healthcare. So in order to have that job, in order to have that kid, you have to pay almost $3,000 a month to have a place for the kid to go while you work, and then they cut your salary down to where every dollar you make goes into the healthcare. Yeah, it's
$700 a month for my healthcare.
And I think it was $700. It might have been $400 a week, but it was $400 to $700 a week to take your kid to daycare.
And for some reason, people keep wanting to move here. I don't 100% understand it. I know there are obviously some countries that have really, really bad situations, but I don't always understand it when Europeans want to move here.
I get it. I get it why people want to come here, because if you take all this shitty stuff out of the equation, like, you can come here, you can get the rights to a game like Doomtrooper. You can build it, and you too can be a multi-millionaire and Justin, run a game studio.
Flana is here.
Flana.
Talking about your health care.
Flana, I was trying to remember how much you pay for childcare. I know it's like not to call you out on it, but I'm just like...
It's a month's rent, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like so expensive, and it blew my mind. Just how...
But yeah, I don't know. They also, for whatever, going back to what Thorgal said about it, it's about spending time with your child. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand why
I'm
we
not
don't
really
encourage
sure
the
why
family
that's
and
not
dynamic more.
valued, especially because Republicans try to act like they're the party of value, family values. So I'm not really sure why. Because they don't want to.
Anyways,
because even if they think that that's important, they don't want to make businesses do anything because they claim to be less government, so they don't want to force businesses to do anything.
Moving on from politics,
It's the whole
and
thing.
apologies to Flana for calling out his child expenses.
He's not the only one.
Yeah, it's not him specifically. It's just in normal we pay so much money for that stuff. Honestly, I wake up a lot of mornings and I read a news article about, what was it, Czech Republic? I read a news article about the Czech Republic and how they have...
Just watch your mouth here, because there are plenty of people that know better than what you're about to say. I'm about to get in so much trouble.
Anyways, let me say something good about the Czech Republic. Okay. My wife obviously doesn't like the Czech Republic.
That is not true. Why would you say that?
That's good. You just implied about me.
No.
Anyways, the Czech Republic, I read an article about how they started putting refillable shower gel and shampoo things at the pharmacy, so you can bring your bottle back and refill it. I don't know if any of you guys are in the Czech Republic, but I was like, that's awesome, because that's like millions of pounds of less plastic waste going into landfills. All because you already have one, you might as well refill it. And I woke up and I was like, I want to move to the Czech Republic.
Without knowing probably anything else about the country.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
That was the only thing I was going to say. I'm like, you don't even know anything about that country.
In her defense, I've woken up some days and read something, been like, I want to move to China.
I got so mad at him for even saying that. So yeah, I don't super trust your...
it's just I read stuff
when you say things like that.
That I wish America did that happens in other countries, and I'm like, I want to move there. It's like I just immediately enamored with them from one little thing.
Come to Europe. The Netherlands are quite popular nowadays.
You're pretty sure Czech DT you mean the ones who got really mad that I changed the game, Thorgal?
Had you banned. Oh my god. Also, I feel like this angle makes my forehead look big because I'm like keep putting my head down to look at my laptop.
Yeah, that's probably true, Thorgal. If I know one thing about Czech people, they love things the way they were. And they don't want to see anything they love changed.
Oh my god, no, I'm just reading what Thorgal said about paying 1,200 euros per year. And then was like, I don't need it. Spent a week in the hospital and it was only 500 euros. If we didn't have insurance and we spent a week in the hospital...
Yeah.
I don't know how much that would even come out to.
No,
over $100,000.
He said a week in the hospital was 500 euros. Just the ambulance ride to the hospital is $1,000 here. So to get to the hospital is more than your week stay. You
would probably have to declare bankruptcy if you did that in the United States. If you went without insurance and you spent a week in the hospital, I honestly don't even know what it would come out to. It would be like an astronomical amount of money.
I touched on it earlier, but like the type of people who say that this is the way it should be and you should be responsible for your own insurance. I only allow one person like that in my life who's very vocal.
I feel like he was grandfathered in too.
Yeah, about that political side of things, and he was grandfathered in. And I just found out that he doesn't have insurance and almost had to bankrupt himself.
Oh, they're gonna.
And I'm like, well, why are you
forward.
anti-insurance and you don't even have? Blows my mind.
Anti-public health insurance.
Blows my mind. So,
oh my god!
Anyways, Paul, you guys heard of Doomtrooper?
It's so tough. Medical insurance in the USA is a mess. Yeah, and you moved here, Michael. You came here, but I don't know all the situations of Poland, so I can't really talk.
So we had a lot of gnarly bugs I had to fix this week, but when Friday came around, I was committed to sticking to my Friday updates. So I was actually at a friend's house eating dinner, ignoring the conversation with my laptop, working all night to make sure I got at least one card in because I didn't want to miss a deadline that I committed to. Plus, Thorgal asks like twice every Friday what cards we're getting. So
fair question.
I didn't want to let Thorgal down. And for some reason, this card ended up being more problematic than I thought. And when I read it, it doesn't seem like it should be. But there is a typo. The card should be not plural. But the reason it's that way is the original version of this card is for every one action, annihilate 2 Dark Symmetry cards. But that didn't really make sense because we have this card that's free that discards a Dark Symmetry card. Or for one action, you can annihilate, which is better, 2. I was like, that seems really backwards. So, I can't spell.
Tom Jane looks
Come on,
good in
I
that
can
shot.
spell.
Look at that.
There we go.
Looks hot.
So I changed this to be one action to annihilate 1, but it's for every one action. So you can spend 3 actions and annihilate 3. It's interesting how it might balance or not balance with Fallen from Favor. Like, do you really need 2 cards in your deck or 6 cards in your deck that do effectively the same thing? Probably not, but Brian chose these cards, so going with it.
Go on with your bad self. The Great Darkness is displeased.
Side note, if I'm banned from the Czech Republic for making changes to Doomtrooper, then so is Brian Winter, creator of this great game. The man that everybody worships about the classic version of the game is the one who made most of these changes. So I always like to reiterate that fact because I did get demonized by a small population of the retro community.
There's probably people in each country that are like,
you know, I stand by what I always say though, like this is your chance to see Doomtrooper again in your lifetime, and if you choose to hate it and not support it and it dies off, then I did my best, and I tried to bring this great game back for people to be able to play, but
I don't know, man.
It's all I can do.
There's probably a dude in Italy named Luca who's like,
why named Luca?
I don't know. It's popular right now. The movie just came out. Anyway, I was just making it up. Who's probably like, Justin Renard fucked our game up. But in Italian.
How do you say it in Italian?
Bibbidi bobbidi, hey! Just kidding, I don't know.
That may have been inappropriate.
Oh, it is.
I don't think that was real Italian. Just
you don't think?
For the record, I don't think that was right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we did get 1 card in this week, just to hit the deadline, but we hopefully will have some good ones in soon. Trying to remember the ones I'm working on. Surveillance Bug is on my upcoming list. So when a warrior with this card attacks, the opponent reveals their hand. So what will happen is when you attack, the opponent's hand will just flip over, and you'll be able to see which cards they are holding. I have to figure out exactly... It might be a little messy at first because like the cards are flipped upside down, so technically if you highlight them, the pop-up would be upside down as well. So there might be some added work that will make it a little awkward,
right,
but it'll at least reveal the cards. So that's something. At least I hope. It should work. Yeah, it should work. It should work. Surveillance Ship is another one. So similar cards. As always, there's a trend when I add groups of cards together. As one action, you can look at the top 3 cards of the opponent's draw pile, and for each additional action you spend, you can discard 1. There's actually a lot to unpack going on in that card, but I think it's going to be doable with some changes that I'm making. I feel like Techron was on the list. The 30 seconds thing goes away, but it's what was that?
That was me. Sorry.
As 3 actions, you can replace one of your heretics with any non-personality Algroth warrior in your collection. I have to figure out what to do about in your collection. Does that mean draw pile now, or does that mean draw, discard, hand, annihilated? Because previously we can't touch cards that are annihilated. So collection is an interesting term. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. And oh yeah, and wow, I'm surprised I'm remembering all these. It means I've been looking at it too much.
That card art is insane. That thing has been shot right between the eyes.
So, and Stay Dead, you get to look at your... There's no 20 seconds anymore because turns have timers, so we don't need timers on cards. You play during your turn, you can examine your opponent's discard pile and annihilate any 2 cards. So, Michael, probably that's fine.
Do you think people literally sat there and, like, timed their opponents, like, 20, 19, 18?
No, they probably just said, like, all right, time's up. Come on, hurry up.
All right, you're taking too long. Come on.
Gay bitte. Doomscheißkopf. Yeah, that's what I would hear. If you don't speak German, you know.
I know you said please. I heard the word please, but I'm not sure what the word before that was supposed to be.
I said go please.
Oh.
Dumb shithead.
Shithead, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, this card I think will be really powerful because there's a lot of trouble with people bringing like powerful cards back from their discard pile. So you'll be able to have 3 of these in your deck and be like, nope, get rid of those cards out of your discard pile. So it's kind of a counter for a lot of people's strategies of bringing stuff back.
I've seen a kid in a candy store players just waiting to hit you with the rule.
Wait.
You took 30 seconds.
Oh. There's some other ones I remember, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But they're all cards that allow you to see information you're not usually privy to, whether it's the opponent's draw pile or discard pile or hand, trying to get all of that into one, which is related to the troublesome cards like Nikolai. So I am trying to fix the bug with Nikolai so that he works in all cases, where it turns out he doesn't work in all cases.
So much
I never would have considered how... I mean, I did consider it, but I didn't fully understand the interactions in a CCG between all the cards. Like, there's...
Right.
There's a reason why I believe if you go and play any of the other indie CCGs that they're going to be more Hearthstone and less Doomtrooper, where it's very like add stats, add flags, and like that's it, and less say Magic Arena, where there are a lot of custom user interfaces in Magic Arena.
I believe that's a coffee moment right there. Also, you guys, is Justin more tan than I am? Will you look at the camera? Because this is weird. I feel like you are more tan than me.
I felt like I was tan in the mirror, but I don't know.
When we first met, he wouldn't even go outside, you guys. We went to the beach once in the beginning of our relationship, and he wouldn't take his shirt off, and he just kind of sat there sulking because he was in the sun. And now he's more tan than me. I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I grew up on the beach. It's weird. It's a weird moment. Oh. Yes, the hat worked. I'm very concerned about wrinkles, though, so at this point in my life, I don't tan anymore, and I always have a lot of sunscreen on. And even though we put sunscreen on you, it's like it doesn't work. It just like it absorbs into your skin and you still burn and apparently tan. Well, you look lovely. You look like the California BB right now with the blonde hair and the tan skin.
Sup, bro?
It's fucking weird because I used to have blonde hair and I used to be tan. And now I'm not.
And now this.
Oh, nice.
So I came up with this genius system for anyone interested where, well, I thought it was genius. Bear with me. Where I talked about this last time. When you play an art spell, it sends it to the server and says, I intend to play this art spell. And then, or any card you want to play, it sends to the server and says, I intend to do this. And the server can say, oh, that's cool, but Nikolai actually doubles your destiny when you use it. And then it allows the UI to update and account for the double you get from this card. But as I've said for many streams, the action you play doesn't get sent till after you choose your targets, right? So I forgot a very obvious part of this, where you have to choose the caster of the spell, which is a target technically. And if the target happens in the action, which is the last step, then when the first step happens, the new thing where it says, hey server, I intend to cast this, it doesn't know that Nikolai is the caster yet until you get to the end. And I just totally, when I was planning this all out, I took notes and I sketched it out and it was perfect. I just forgot that part. So when you say, I want to cast Explosion, it goes to the server and it doesn't tell the server who the caster is. So even though I coded it to say, if caster is Nikolai, tell the UI that it doubles, it will never hit that code because Nikolai isn't known until afterwards. If that makes sense at all. It was so frustrating when Thorgal was reporting this bug. I was like, no, it works. I mapped it all out. I took notes. I spent a lot of time on it. I forgot that one little edge case. Balfour just showed up with 1,200 bits.
Oh my god.
1,200 bits. You just blew our new progress bar out of the water.
Wow, look at that. Look at all that
We are
teal or blue.
100% in the money. In the money.
We're in the money.
Oh, man. What's up, Balfour? Everyone should follow Bloodhaven. He streams quite a bit. I don't know if you're still streaming that scary game, but I do like seeing that. Somebody was streaming that recently. I think it might have been the Nerdlies. But
probably.
I do see you playing Munchkin. If you want to hang out with some cool people live on Twitch, you should follow Bloodhaven.
Fun fact, Justin has never played Munchkin. I haven't played it in like an actual decade. I used to play that with my ex all the time.
Roxygen says, nice cards. After self-destruct programming, the next card I'm looking for is Anti-Personal Minds. I think you were the one I put self-destruct programming in for, so you're waiting for Anti-Personal Minds. If a warrior is a combatant, annihilate this card to immediately end the combat. Enemy is automatically killed, and this warrior is wounded. I know why that card's not in. So this card is basically Brainwave Bomb with extra steps. So if any of you guys play the game or have been around a while, you know how much I hate Brainwave Bomb and Lifeguard Armor. This is just adding another layer to people complaining about the end of combat functionality. But I did start cleaning up that code recently, and I haven't quite fully planned it out, but what was happening is at the end of combat, it just says like, hey, attacker. And it says, defender was killed, true. Defender was wounded, false. And then it says, hey, defender, attacker was killed, true. Defender was wounded, false. And then Brainwave Bomb will manipulate those and switch trues to false, and I thought it was going to be great. But if you have Brainwave Bomb and personal anti-personal minds and Lifeguard Armor, and then it just is a nightmare. So I'm trying to simplify all that custom code down to using flags and keywords, which we use everywhere. Like looking at this card, equipment is a keyword or a flag. So what I'm thinking is I will just give people wound flags. And you'll have 1 wound flag if you're wounded, 2 wound flags if you're killed, or even 3 wound flags if you're killed and your bombs go off. And like, it can be this crazy list of wounds, and then heals can take wounds off. And then at the end, it's like, okay, how many wounds do you have? Is it enough to kill you? Then you're dead. And it should simplify everything down to be a lot easier and solve my problems. But obviously, the last thing I want to break is combat. Because if combat doesn't work in Doomtrooper, we have nothing. Like, that's like the core of this game. So I'm going to take some time. It's possible that I might work on this week. Because I've already started it, and I would enjoy working on it. And it's nice to work on things I enjoy every now and then. So cleaning up combat would allow me to fix Brainwave Bomb, Lifeguard Armor, add this card, and a few other cards, which would be really cool. So we'll see. And yeah, Bloodhaven or Balfour, we do need to come to Arizona. We're planning a trip.
I've never been to Arizona. I've only driven through it when we were in Texas.
Invader, who's worked on Doomtrooper, lives in Texas. One of my oldest friends, Christy, she lives in Texas. One of my newer friends, Marissa, lives in Texas. And Balfour obviously lives in Texas. I mean, not Texas.
Wow,
Jesus.
I know. I'm like, wait.
I need some
she
coffee.
doesn't live in Texas.
Sorry.
She lives in Arizona.
Arizona. Sorry to confuse you with Texas. And Texas, sorry to confuse you with Arizona. All those people live in Arizona, so I definitely have trips in the future. But yeah, I really would like to clean up combat. I think it would be fun. Unrelated to combat, I've been talking about this, and I haven't gotten anyone to really tell me they like it.
How dare you, sir?
But I feel like the Necromutant should have an ability where you can, or the Undead Legionnaire should have an ability where you can play him from your discard pile, like a zombie in Magic The guy.
Oh.
So if he dies or you discard him, you can play him from the discard pile like he was in your hand. And I can't get anybody to get excited about that, so
cool?
I haven't done it yet.
Because it's not original gameplay.
Yeah, but like it would make... I like it on Necromutant because it would make him more usable again.
Necro, huh?
Necro?
I would have said Necro. It's
Also,
weird.
I want to redesign this card, and I think about it once a week, and I have not figured out what to do. I really like the redesigned Punisher cards because they are free. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, some people do use them because it's a free weapon that doesn't take an action. So it's...
Why not?
There's a strategy there. But I don't know what to do with Punisher combo. Are you singing?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. So I have a lot of problems, but I have a lot of anxiety, and I spent a lot of time alone as a kid in my room. Talk to myself a lot, and I do this thing where I don't know if it's like a self-soothing thing. I like hum, and sometimes I do it while he's talking or while anything's going on. I might just like hum to myself, and I just started doing it. I just started singing Selena.
So I told her that when somebody's explaining something to you that's like super serious, like I could be talking about like a death in the family, and I need someone to listen to me and tell me everything's gonna be okay. And mid death story, she'll start singing a happy song like while I'm talking.
It's not the
so I told her that I'm gonna start calling her out every time she does it, because imagine if she's in a job interview and she gets nervous and she
I
starts
don't
singing.
do it in a job. I've never done it in a job interview though, and I'm usually apparently right now is not a. If other people are in the room, I'm not going to do it. I'm better and I'm mindful of it. But I guess because this is just like a camera situation, my mind slipped.
Roxanne says, did you work also on card images, or it came from an archive of the original paper? Kind of all of the above. We basically got, I think it was like 25 CD-ROMs from
Were they even CDs, or were they those
CD-ROMs
laser discs?
From the mid-90s. Laser discs. Yeah, we're just gonna move past that. We got like 25 CD-ROMs that had old art files on it that were in various conditions. They were named badly. They were file formats that you can't even open in Photoshop. So we spend a lot of time
pre-Photoshop
collecting all of that. We also have PDFs of all of the Mutant Chronicles books that are high resolution. So we've cropped some images out of that. And we have access to a few Dropbox and Drive folders from Modifius that have like the Paul Bonner art, really high resolution. And Modifius has a lot more, but I asked a couple times for them to just give me all of it, and they won't. But if I need something specific, I can email and be like, I need a high res of this art, and they'll get it to me pretty quickly. But I'm doing my best with the mess that we got art-wise to find all the art that we can. But a lot of art needs to be able to it needs to be like recropped and zoomed in and stuff. Like, Punisher combo could be zoomed out so that it fits better on the card. It's just it's the same answer to everything. Is if I spend all night resizing this card and others in Photoshop, then you don't get any cards on Friday. And I can't work on art. I have to stay focused on finishing the game. I can't work on business. I can't find publishers. I can't raise money. I can't do a lot of design work. I can't do a lot of artwork. I just have to focus on the things that have to get done. And that's what I do. I thought you were going to dye your hair.
I don't know if that's to you or me.
Probably me.
I am getting my hair highlighted eventually. I just haven't done it yet. I've been trying to dye his hair, get his roots done for a minute. Oh, but I think she probably meant dye your hair a color. You were going to do that.
Well, I was going to dye it blonde. Again.
I would like to hit up your roots and dye your hair one more time, and then we can put some pink in it or something.
So, I had something else. Oh! I took some time on Thursday?
What are days?
I don't know. Where I sat with my laptop and I opened a text editor and I got a glass of whiskey and I was like, I am going to design the new weekly quests today. And it's not easy for me. Programming's easy, but switching gears in my brain into something pure creative, like let me.
What? I slipped. Okay. What do you want
I
from
just saw her
me?
go. Like lose her elbow.
My elbow was on the edge of the table and I slipped. All kinds of awkwardness.
So I had
coming
to
from me
switch my
today.
gears in my brain into like creativity, and I used to love doing that, but I just don't have time. And I was designing the new weekly mission system. So I've told you guys before, it's going to be on Monday you get a weekly mission, and if you finish it, Tuesday at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time, you get part 2. And if you finish that, Wednesday at 12:01, you get part 3. But now I can say if you finish that Thursday at 12:01, you'll get part 4. Hey, Roxygen, thanks for following. So there are 4 parts to the new weekly mission. And I don't know if this will last forever, but at least now during beta. Because the goal is we get a lot of people on Monday who play a lot to finish the weekly. And we get a lot of people on Sunday who forgot to finish it during the week and want to get the free packs. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday can be a crapshoot because a lot of the hardcore players maybe already did the mission, and a lot of the non-hardcore players, maybe they did the mission already, but they don't want to play and lose against Thorgal and 21 Rick, who are very good players, if they're not getting a reward. Like, I imagine, and this is what I've been looking with the data I have, I imagine if I lose every game I play.
I just discovered the button. Welcome to Twitch.
If I lose every game I play, that's frustrating, right? And I'm not going to keep playing. However, if there's a mission that says play 10 games, get a pack of cards, I will probably play and lose 10 and be okay with it because I got something. That's the hypothesis I have. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I give something for someone who wants to play but they're not winning a lot, but I give them the reason, maybe they will start joining the matchmaking queue more. And maybe the hardcore players will be playing more because they want to get that. Now, the idea, though, is that even if you play a lot, hey, Attic Space Games just subscribed. Look at that. And the little, and the little thing went up. Woo! Thank you, Garrett.
Yeehaw!
The bot says Attic Space Games is subscribed for 0 months. I mean, why is it 0 indexed? Isn't this month 1? I don't know. Also, let's check in with Dog.
Oh, wow. He's really into the nap now.
Okay.
He's like super deep in the nap.
So here's the thing. The Monday quest, the weekly quest, will be pretty easy. It'll be like play 5 matches. And it rewards crafting materials, which I know doesn't excite everybody too much, but like, it's still cool. It's more than enough to get 1 uncommon card. But if you combine it with the Discord crafting points and stuff, like, you could get a fair amount of free crafting points per week. But it's really easy. Like, everyone will do it on Monday. Then on Tuesday, you get something kind of equivalent to the difficulty of the current quest, which will be like play 10 or win 5. And that will reward you a pack, a free pack. And then if you complete that, Wednesday morning, you'll get arguably the hardest one. And these are subject to change, but it is win 5 matches. No play backup. You have to win. And that one, I might get these rewards wrong. I think maybe that one also gives you a free pack. And then there's a 4th one. The 4th one is longer, but has the fallback again. So I think it's win 10 or play 20, I think. So the idea is if you play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you manage to beat the first 3, Thursday you get a longer one that will be challenging to beat on Thursday, and it might bleed into Friday. Or maybe even you slowly do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you play it over the weekend, and you can get to that reward. But a lot of people won't beat Mondays on Monday, Tuesdays on Tuesday, so there'll be gaps. Because you only get the new mission at midnight the next day. So if you don't play at all, what was it? The first time you play is Thursday, you technically could still beat it. Because you get Thursday would be mission 1, Friday would be mission 2, Saturday would be mission 3. Sunday, you would have to win 10, play 20. But you could get there. You could get through them. So, but if the first time you play in the week on Friday, it's impossible for you to get through mission 4. And mission 4's reward is something new. So I'm going with something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and this is entirely my vision, obviously borrowed from Destiny a little bit. But if you complete the 4th mission, you will get a new item. And that item will be used by the new vendor, which I will be working on. So there'll be a couple weeks to collect these new items, and then the new vendor will show up, and eventually we will use more of these new items in the game for you to collect. And the new vendor, when he shows up, Greg, as we've talked about, some of you remember the story. The vendor is named after the comic book store owner that I learned to play Doomtrooper at, who passed away recently. So I want to get him in the game. He will show up on weekends. So if you're keeping track, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if you play a lot, you'd be able to complete all of these missions. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the vendor would be in town. You'd be able to use all the rewards from the missions. Thank you, Balfour. It's one of the things I'm proud of. But these new currencies will be likely the only thing that the vendor accepts.
Hey, Kurikara.
And
what's up?
The vendor will have super rare stuff. So he will have almost every week something like a retro variant card or a full art black and white variant card, some of the really rare variants, and he will have the top tier animated avatars, maybe animated card backs, titles that are like super cool Mutant Chronicles lore stuff. Like, he will have stuff that will never be available in the store, and it will never be available in packs. Well, will likely not be available in packs, but you will be able to, and they'll also, important to note, they will not be available for real money. So the vendor who shows up will sell awesome rare stuff that is only trade for the new items. And it's not pay to win, it's play to win 100%. So that's something I'm really excited to be working on. And as a reminder, if you earn these new items and you buy variant cards from the vendor, those are permanent. They don't get reset. So the more variant cards you get, like, you will have those cards after the final reset and into the game. Variants are yours. They're your trophies. You earn them. You get to keep them forever. Anyways, spend this time burning heretics. No 2 packs for me this week. Burning heretics. That means you died. I mean, you didn't win. To make missions easier for casual players, why not making something like Runeterra? They allow missions to be completed against AI, but the requirements are 10 to 15 times higher. Evolve 4 champions in PvP or play. I like that. Like I said, I am working on the or stuff. We have win 5 or play 10. I have to be careful on what I do against the AI, because, as I announced recently, I shouldn't say this now, private games no longer count towards the seasons. That's done. It's gone. And full disclosure, one of you who may or may not be here tonight, he has been here before. I have said before, don't abuse it, and they have been, for the last couple seasons, just playing against themselves, dual boxing, getting to rank 1 and stopping. And I can't allow, the number one thing that Doomtrooper needs is people in the lobby. So if you are playing private games exclusively, you're not helping. I mean, I appreciate you playing, but
this was the thing that we did because we didn't have enough players originally, right? This was the thing that somebody suggested that we turned on because in acknowledgement that we were in an early state, right? But then now it's
so we need people in the lobby. So the only thing, Kurikara, also nice to see you. The only thing, Kurikara, that I don't like about that is I don't want to encourage people not to join the lobby. However, I am going to update the lobby to where if you spend 2 minutes in the lobby without a match, you can join a ranked match.
Oh, no, that's what they suggested. That was the suggestion.
You can join a ranked match. It'll automatically drop you into a ranked match against the bot. So it's basically a free win. And that will count towards your missions, and that will count towards your season. So I don't want to punish the players who want to play by not allowing them to find people to complete their mission. So as part of this, it will allow you to play an AI match. Ideally, probably a checkbox. Like on the matchmaking screen, there'll be a little checkbox in the corner that says opt in to play against an AI if no players are found, something along those lines. Because some people might just want to wait. Like, you know, the AI match may not be as fun. But I have to be careful not to do anything to encourage people to not join matchmaking, because I mean, I got another one on Facebook where they're like, multiplayer's dead. And it's like, well, it's not dead. We just have never officially launched. We're not officially advertising. It's a small community. And that has obviously gone on longer than I wanted it to. But we have to finish the game. And with the lack of a publisher, it's just me. So I'm doing what I can. But I have to make sure that I avoid those types of comments as much as possible. It only takes one person. There were a few others who have abused it in the past, but only a little bit. Like, you know, you need to finish that thing on Sunday, so you bust out a few missions, and like, I don't care. I don't care if you do private matches on Sunday night just to finish your weekly quest. What I do care about is a consistent 30 wins, 0 losses on your rank. And if I look at the history of your matches, it's the same 2 people playing again and again and again and again. Private matches
2
only.
people.
Right. That's not fun. It doesn't help anybody. Today I discovered a positive aspect of the change. You can play a match without destroying your rank.
Gotta live that double life. Yeah, apparently.
So I'm trying to spend a lot of more time than usual, like getting some whiskey, sitting with my feet up with a notebook or a pad of paper, and a note.
A lot of paper in that sentence.
A notebook or a text editor on my computer, and thinking more high level, like we need more people in matchmaking, we need more people playing, we need better mission improvements, we need lobby improvements, and how all those things like come together. And hopefully it's apparent I've put a lot of thought into this with, you know, Monday through Thursday weeklies. You still get your dailies on top of that as well. They're separate systems. But in the future I want to redo some of the dailies and basically just trying to make everybody have more people to play against and more reasons to play and more rewards from doing so and all that stuff. So
Right.
ETA on bot. I don't know. It always depends on how much other stuff explodes and gets reported.
How many bugs he's fixing this week?
I do want to get to that, like I want to get to the combat fixes, and so I would like to say soon, trademark, but no rewards, only fun for playing. 3021, prior to 3021 for sure. I mean, I can safely say that I will no longer have access to the IP in 3021, so it will be faster than that. We are also relaunching the store, so we'll have the beta versions of these shirts again if anybody missed out.
Physical items, yes.
So physical items, if you want to get one of these shirts, we will be reprinting them. We also have a new Secret Cow level shirt that looks kind of punk rock, has a big cow skull on it.
It is our logo on Discord.
Yes, the Discord server icon is a t-shirt that we will be doing pre-orders from, and finally buy shit from you. Thanks, Balfour. And we will also be selling digital items on the store. So we will have a few of the rewards that were previously Kickstarter exclusives will be for sale the last time ever on our web store, and we will probably sell codes for packs and the pre-order on the store as well. So between us, and don't tell Gabe Newell at Valve, you help us a lot more if you buy it on the web store instead of buying it in the game.
Fucking Steam.
So if your goal is to support Doomtrooper development and Secret Cow level and all of this, if you have the urge to buy 20 packs, once the store is live, go buy it on the store, and we will make 17% more money, which is great. And that is why the Kickstarter cosmetic items that we are relaunching are only going to be on the web store for the time being. And once we launch, stuff like the pre-order and all of the Kickstarter type cosmetics will be gone forever. So I want to make sure. I've always promised that I would give people one more chance to buy basically it's the retro stuff. So it's these card backs. So you get the retro second edition classic Doomtrooper card backs, and you get a retro variant card to play in game, and you get the avatar of the logo as well. You know, like the Imperial one. So you get the classic one that you remember from back in the day. And like I said, these will never be available again. And then the titles are like Founding Serenity, Founding Brother, Founding Overlord. There's one for each faction. So we will be selling 7 different faction packs again. And whichever, you can get your favorite. You can get all of them, whatever you want. Like the Kickstarter, they're not cheap. Their purpose is to raise money for development. But they are really cool, if you were a classic player especially. And you will never be able to get them again. So just think someday you'll be the top ranked Doomtrooper player using a card back that everybody thinks is rad, and you'll be like, sorry, never again.
Polo shirt.
You know, we will eventually make polo shirts.
What?
If things go well.
Why?
Just for people to wear at conventions and stuff. But
why do they need to be polo shirts, style shirts?
Why not?
Because that's not punk rock.
I have the alpha icon, and that's what I'm proud of. Yeah, the alpha rewards are definitely probably the rarest. Definitely, probably. But the Kickstarter ones are up there as well. And I think there's some card backs that I've only offered once that may make a comeback, but... So yeah, a lot of work whenever I have spare time on getting the rewards and the engagement. I've also been speccing out all of the rewards you get from leveling up your account and your faction ranks. Yeah, just there's a lot of... I want to make sure that everyone has a reason to play. And I want to make sure people like 21 Rick, Thorgal, Dodger, people who play a lot, like, and you know, bless you for populating our lobbies and having and playing and working on this thing I work so hard on. But I want to make sure that you guys aren't getting all your rewards on Monday and then just playing for fun the rest of the week. Like, if you're playing, you should be earning stuff. And I want to make sure that there's always like a carrot, even for the Thorgals and the 21 Ricks of the world, that can get stuff. And that is why the 4th weekly quest, which, like I said, will take you, if you get it done Thursday night, I will be surprised, gets you one of these new currency items. Because the more of those currency items you have when the new vendor drops, you'll be able to get stuff. Whereas most players, 1 to 2 items from the vendor every 2 weeks, probably. But if you stock up on the first couple weeks of them, you might be able to like buy all the stuff and end up with some super rare stuff that no one else has. So that'll be fun. Yeah, Roxygen, when you order stuff from the US, and then we've gotten in trouble before where we tried to mark things as gifts, and then they come through and people are like, I bought a $50 hoodie, I paid $30 to ship it, and then I had to pay $40 customs. And it's like, or whatever you call it, duty.
Sure.
Whatever you call it to get it into the country. We do our best, and we're open to suggestions, but... Oh, and for those of you who maybe are newer to the project, we also have the physical cards. Here's one of the shiny ones. And... cover the code, sorry. Too much glare. So these physical cards have codes on them that unlock stuff in the game. The first one, so this one we basically send out with all orders. This is a freebie. And then this one we sell. It comes with packs and some of the black and white cosmetics that are in the avatars. Whoop. What's happening?
The code is on the sheet.
Yeah. Turn it. There you go. So... we also have those going up in the store again.
Pretty rad.
If you missed out on those. And if you look at the game, I actually think there might be a bug that I need to fix. I keep forgetting, so forgive me. But yeah, this is the lore cards you get from the freebie. Yeah, the art's missing. But there's like lore that it talks about, the history of the game. There are sources at the bottom, so if you want to find out more, you can. And then this is the cards you get from the purchased one. And then these will be going live as a reward for leveling up your faction. And there will be plenty of other collectible lore cards. They're just like achievements, basically. They're not cards that you can play in the game. But for those of you who love Mutant Chronicles and want to collect things, lore cards will be in the game as well. VAT. Two Mad said VAT. That was the word I was looking for. Balfour. You're so flattering all the time. Such a great dude. So, I'm excited about the weekly quests. There's a chance I'm going to work on them today, but I have to take care of some other stuff today. Which means they may not go live Monday, but I'm just going to say it. They're not going to go live this week, but they will go live next week. So, next Monday at 12:01 a.m., I'm pretty sure that the new weekly missions will go live, and you guys can start collecting. It took many hours to design it, but the items that you will get are called shiny trinkets, and they are relics from the pre-corporate wars Earth. So the idea is that Greg shows up and he doesn't care about Cardinals coins. He's a crazy, eccentric shopkeeper, and all he cares about is relics from the pre-war world on Earth. So you will be earning those relics by doing the weeklies, and other events will offer them. The main point of these new items, these new currencies you can call them, is to get people to play more. So any cases where I need people to play more, you can expect a chance to earn these trinkets. iPhone 2 crack screen. Yeah, we talked about it. For now, they're just going to be shiny trinkets. But if things go well, we might expand it to allow them to actually be things, where you will have like a little list for fun that will say like iPhone 2 crack screen, or I don't know, a potato peeler. Like stuff that existed that was like boring in our everyday life, in theory would be treasured by this eccentric shopkeeper.
Okay. That's pretty funny.
I think it's fun. The bar at the bottom did its job. Thank you, Courtney. That's awesome.
We gotta get going too.
Yeah, we're almost done too. But thank you, Balfour, for stopping in as always. And the other thing that would be really cool that I'd love to do, but this is not anytime soon, is each of the corporations has their own currency. And I'd love to come up with a way where you earn your Cardinals crowns, but you also earn like Imperial sterling. And you can collect, the more you play Imperial, the more sterling you get. And maybe that allows you to purchase Imperial exclusive things. Like, I think that would be really fun. But I don't have the time for that at the time being, obviously. So, yeah, we'll get to that. Entertainment devices. Oh, good. I'm going to imagine what I think you mean there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working all the time. Can you see the bags under my eyes? This is Doomtrooper. Any picks for the Belgium versus Portugal game? I have not been keeping up with sports, just like I have not been keeping up with video games, because.
Well, to be fair, regardless of how much work you do, we don't pay attention to any sports ever. Don't try to blame it on your work.
However, I have a soft spot for a friend in Belgium, so I'm gonna pick Belgium.
Knowing absolutely nothing about
unless, of course, they have no government again, in which case they lose my vote and I go for Portugal. All I know about Belgium is that the people are awesome. It's beautifully located in Europe, and they can't seem to keep their government. Or pick a language, right? Don't they have like 3 languages?
At least 2. I don't know.
Oh, waffles. Yeah, waffles too.
Their waffles are bomb as hell.
But yeah, I love Belgium. I love the Belgian
so
people.
Good.
But every time our government shuts down in the U.S. because they can't decide on a budget, I just think of Belgium and I think like, well, we're not the only ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
What is it?
Ha! Italy lost. I was playing Doomtrooper. Thank you for your support. So let me know what you think on Discord about the weekly system. Some people will be mad because it does ask a lot of the player to get all the way to the end, but I don't think that that's bad. It's like, if a game wants you to play more and reward you for playing, if you think that's a bad thing, I'm going to say that's on you. Because the idea of logging in, clicking a button, getting all your rewards, and not playing for the rest of the week seems good in theory, but I can tell you from experience that if things are easy to get, you just go do something else. So I want to challenge you guys to play more and enjoy the game if you are enjoying it, and it seems like a lot of people are. So let's get you some more rewards. Also, you can subscribe to this channel to support me directly, which is fun. There should be a button, you know.
Smash that like button.
I think the button might be over here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, wait, right there.
Yeah, wow.
Well, I say right there when it was on my screen, but you guys will see it later. So ignore that. But there is a button down there where you can subscribe, and I appreciate it.
Oh my god. I gotta go. I'm tired. I gotta pee. I'm done.
So yeah, Julie's got to pee, so I guess we're done.
Yeah, I do.
I have a few ideas for faction-themed currencies. There are a few ways to make... Kurikara, I always love your ideas, for the record. What I don't love is your... I don't think this is bad to say. Your Irish goodbyes.
So you leave. Yeah.
You just... I'm like, dude, I love you. Thank you for hanging out. And then one day I go to message you and you're gone. So
she has to stream.
So definitely... definitely come back and hang out and offer ideas. You have really solid knowledge of CCGs, and I appreciate that. And I would love to see you around more. So, yeah, that emoji is perfect for. This is how I look at you. But yeah, come hang out. Have fun. And Julie's gonna go pee. So
I have to go.
Thank you guys for hanging out. See you on Discord and Doomtrooper.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.